In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. This one here is Badlands Orange for my Bronco, but you can make any color you want, and it also doesn't have to be for a Bronco. It could be for a Jeep. Just kidding. Jeeps are awesome too. Stick around till the end if you want to know the paint code and the type of paint I used to make these long lasting. So the first thing you're going to need obviously is some Shackles. I like buying the powder coated black ones because I like to leave the pin black. And also once your paint coating is on top of it, if it chips, it looks better to be black underneath than silver or whatever plain colors you can get. Link in the description where you can get inexpensive 3/4 inch Shackles. The other thing you're going to need is some sandpaper. Anything above 200 grit will be good. You're either going to need some wire or some cardboard to lay it down. I like wire because you can hang it up and it's easier. You're going to want a rag or just something to wipe down. Could be paper towel. And the last thing you want, of course, is going to be your paint. Okay, first step, you're going to want to set up your area you're going to paint in. It should be in a well-ventilated area like this small enclosed shed that I'm in. Or you can wear a breathing apparatus, which I do have one in the garage, but I'll just hold my breath. Next thing you want to do, you want to hang something somewhere. Once that's set up, let's move on to the sanding. I really do like the contrast. So for me, I take the pin out because I want to leave it black. Then you take your sandpaper and you want to lightly sand it all over and make sure you don't miss any spot. You just basically want to scuff the paint. You don't want to sand completely through the coating because the coating from factory is going to be a lot tougher than what we're going to be putting on. So if it does chip, you don't want it to go all the way through. So just make sure you lightly scuff everything. It's just so that the paint adheres to it a lot better. Now that we're done sanding, just grab a microfiber or paper towel, whatever, and make sure you get all the residue off. So now take your D-ring, you're going to put it up on your wire. The reason I like the wire method is that you can do a full coat every time. You don't care if you're going to be painting in the holes anyway. Now before you paint, make sure the area you set up in is at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius for the paint to adhere to the material and be able to cure properly. Okay, now we're ready for our first coat. Depending on where you get your paint mixed, I got two nozzles. I got a wide spray nozzle and a narrow spray nozzle. I'm going to use the narrow spray. I tried the wide spray. You just waste paint. It goes everywhere. All right, before you start painting, you got to shake your paint. You gotta shake your paint for 1 minute while hearing the little ball. When you're spraying, you don't want to go continuous. You want to go short bursts back and forth, and you try to coat everything evenly. If you spray too much, you're going to end up having drips, and you don't want that. Light coat. We're going to do this 3 or 4 times. It's better to do a bunch of light coats than one big heavy coat. Once you have your first coat on, take 10 minutes and go do something else because you gotta wait for it to dry. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of the video, I was going to tell you what kind of paint I used. So for this, I went to an automotive store. Shout out to Mark at Auto Concept in Bathurst. If you're in the area, go see him for your paint. What he recommended to use was industrial paint, stuff that we use for steel buildings, tractors, farm equipment, stuff like that. The longer it cures, the harder it gets. If you go to any place where they mix spray cans, you can just ask for their industrial oil-based paint. And this one here has a primer agent, which is great, so I didn't have to prime first. Now, as for the color, I asked him which color codes were commonly used in every industry, and he told me to look up the RAL code, which is RAL. I don't know what it stands for, but I guess you can go to any place where they mix paint and they'll know what that is. I did some research online, and the closest to Badlands Orange is RAL 2008. So if you get your paint mixed, just ask for RAL 2008 and you'll get your Badlands Orange. Let me know if you found this helpful. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this, let me know in the comments and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.